Sharon is younger than you are. Sharon was born while
52.
while he was gone to service.
Mm-mm. Doris was.
Doris was. Okay. Do you know that when she had Doris, I stayed there with you kids while
I've heard you tell about it.
when
but
she went to the hospital, and how would I have
But that
been?
was there in Alto, wasn't it?
Yeah, that
I
was
was a
in
year and a half old when Doris was born.
And how old are you?
I was born in 44, so I'm 71.
So I was born in 32.
You were
How old?
11.
I was there all night with you kids in that big old house, but there
It
were
was a
some
big
people.
old house.
But there were some people that lived on the other side. I think.
Yeah, I thought there was upstairs
Um,
or something.
Was there an upstairs to that house?
Yeah, I
I
think
was
so.
thinking there was.
Was it dark? A dark stairwell?
I'm sure it was.
Because I remember
That's
going.
where they were living when Wayne come home from service.
I remember a house and a very dark stairway, and we went up that stairway. Me and a grown-up. It was a grown-up had a hold of my hand, and we were going up the stairs.
It was
this-
probably me.
this-
Okay.
This grown up.
Grown up. When you're 2 years old or whatever. But I was going up the dark stairway, and I kept asking Mom, what house did you live in where it had a second floor and the staircase was really dark?
That was it.
That was it, I'm sure. And that's where I was helping her do the laundry, and Charles got his hand in the
Washing
wringer.
machine. Okay.
And it was me, I know, was the problem, because she had turned her back. I really felt badly about that all my
I
life.
thought he was running a potato through it.
No,
A piece of paper, wasn't it?
I don't know what he was doing, because I wasn't paying attention to it.
I thought they were practicing, and with a piece of newspaper.
I
or
was
something.
putting the clothes through the washer, and there the next thing I saw was his arm going through the wringer. I was putting them through the wringer, and I looked there, and there his arm was going through the wringer. I don't know what he put in there, because I was over here, and he put his arm through there, but I did bang on that thing and get it, to where it loosened it up.
Release it.
Yeah.
But it
Still chewed his arm.
Oh
his elbow
yeah,
up.
it left a scar and everything, because
Yeah.
he was.
Well,
I
was
was.
a year and a half. He had to be going on 5, I guess. Something
That
like
was
that.
when I was 11. I was really.
Real grown up.
Yes.
Okay.
I can imagine Luke staying with anybody. Devin's Luke is 11, and
But really and truly, at 11, you were older than 11 years old kids are today.
Well,
You
yeah.
were more
well,
mature.
of course, because I married at 18, and
Well,
just look
kids
how mature
nowadays-
I was then.
Kids nowadays don't have responsibility, and we had responsibility.
I think we were really mature. I don't think Mom
Well,
thought we were.
You were big enough and old enough and experienced enough with kids for Mom to have trusted you with
Well,
it.
she had no choice, because she was going to the hospital.
How'd she go?
I forgot. She
Was
called
Stan
someone.
home?
No, he was in service. I forgot.
Yeah, Doris was born when Dad
I
was in
forgot
service.
how she got.
Probably.
If she called a taxi, or I don't know how she got.
Well,
I
there
thought
wouldn't been any
somebody
way she
sent
could
a
have got a hold
message
of.
by the mail carrier.
I did the next morning.
Okay.
I didn't know what in Sand Hill to do, because I was stuck there with all them kids, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. And so I took all of you, and we went up to the post office, and I was in there. I got a penny postcard, and I was gonna mail a penny postcard to Mom and Daddy to tell them to come and get us. And the mailman hadn't left the post office yet, and he said, "Honey, just write your note on the postcard, and I will make sure that they get it this morning."
Okay.
So he took it, hand delivery, to my Mom and Dad, and they came and got us before the day was over. I don't know if I had to wait until Daddy got off from work. I just don't know. Don't remember that. But anyway, I was contented. I knew I could make it
Mhm.
because I didn't think I could make it through another night because I was scared. And so I was contented then that they was going to
Maybe
come
one
get
of the
me.
neighbors took, I don't know, because she wouldn't have any way to let Daddy know to come and take her.
No, we had no way of letting anybody know, and I just don't remember.
I don't remember her telling me how she got to the hospital. Knew that Doris was born. Doris was the first one of her kids that was born in the hospital. Johnny was born at home, and then along came Sharon. And Sharon was born in the hospital. But Charles and Janet and me were all born at home.
Doris.
Doris was born in Murfreesboro Hospital, I thought.
I don't know.
Because Mom didn't like her nurse. She really didn't like the nurse. She told me her name was Ann, and she had a snooty attitude about her. And Doris and Mom had a hard time picking a middle name for Doris. And the nurse said, "Well, honey, just put my name, Ann, there. That goes with Doris." And Mom didn't really like her, but she needed a name so she could go home. You know.
Yeah, you can't go on till you
Yeah.
get a
Mom
name.
told me that she didn't like her nurse at all, but she had to have a name, and I
didn't know that before.
I could relate because it was 5 days before I was able to name Julie. I cried for 5 days, and I couldn't name her, and I couldn't go home till I named her. So that's why I remembered Mom telling me that, and I knew it had to be
Did you
true.
name her after a nurse?
No, I did the worst thing. I named her after her grandma's mother-in-law.
Her grandma's mother-in-law. Her grandma's
Joe's mother. Her mother-in-law, Joe's dad's mother's name was Christine, and I wanted to name Julie. Her middle name was going to be Louise, like Janet. So I had picked out Patricia Louise. And Joe said, "Everybody will call her Pat. I hate the name Pat. We're not naming her Pat. Patricia." And I said, "Well, we already have a Patricia in my family anyway. Maybe I'll find something else." And I couldn't. For 5 days, I cried. And finally came across Julie. So what goes with Julie? He liked Julie. Nothing that we could pick out to go with Julie. And I said, "Okay, what's your grandma's? You have 2 grandmas. What's their names?" And so he told me that Grandma Luaters, his Grandma Luaters that he hardly ever knew, her name was Christine. And Joe's mom didn't hold Julie for 3 months.
Oh.